Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Gonna read through, I think, the full article here. There's a link in the description. You'll see in the headline that the headline does reference a video of a boy, a 2-year-old boy, being attacked by a daycare worker who subsequently breaks his legs. And I believe that that full incident is on a video which I have not watched and which I will not be playing. There is a link to this article in the description, so you can go check that out if you wish. It's not something that I'm going to subject myself nor yourself to, but I am going to read through the full details, and I am going to give quite an extreme trigger warning. There will be details in regards to the alleged incident, or the actual incident is on video. There's no need to say alleged. It's on video. And one of the key aspects of this case, one of the reasons why we're so offended by this case, is that the culprit, the daycare worker, whose name is Alicia Miller, has been given probation. She's been given probation. So I don't know if you're like me. I don't know if you were thinking, you know what? Having a daycare worker break the leg of one of the children they're looking after, that's pretty bad. If you were thinking that, well, you're actually wrong. It's not actually that bad at all, because if it were that bad, then the culprit would have been given more than probation. But she wasn't. She was only given probation. So, like myself, if that was your belief, then you were wrong. Apparently it's perfectly fine to break the legs of children. Apparently it's not a big deal, according to the judges, those that issue the sentencing. Seemingly, of course I'm being facetious, of course I'm being sarcastic. I'm just highlighting how disgusting it is that the culprit, Alicia Miller, was given probation. I mean, that's fucking absurd, pardon my French. But let's have a look at the full details. Disturbing security footage shows the moment a Las Vegas daycare worker breaks the leg of a 2-year-old boy, manhandling the child as other horrified toddlers watch. Alicia Miller, 32 years of age, was charged with child abuse for the May 2021 altercation at a daycare center called Creme de la Creme. By the way, I wonder how their Yelp reviews are doing. Which saw her, Alicia Miller, pick up the unidentified child and slam him to the ground. And again, I did mention a trigger warning. You may not want to stick around. Slamming him to the ground, grappling with him until his leg snaps. Alicia Miller, the daycare worker, will not serve jail time for the incident after confessing and pleading guilty to attempted child abuse, receiving only probation. Listen to this: 50 hours of community service and an anger management class as a result. I mean, again, pardon my French, but that is absolutely fucking absurd. She breaks a child's leg, I'll say on purpose. She breaks a child's legs. She does whatever she does to him, slams him on the ground, wrestles him, snaps the child's leg, 2-year-old boy that's in his care, in her care, and she gets off with probation, 50 hours of community service, and she has to attend an anger management class or two. That's it. No jail time. I don't know if she still has a job or not. Let's find out. The child's parents, who have elected to stay anonymous amid media coverage of the incident, are suing the childcare staffer and the daycare for negligence and abuse. There is the video again. I'm not going to play it. Here's a quote. From the father. They know what pain looks like and sounds like, and he was in pain. I've never heard him cry like that, the father said, adding that the tot has struggled since the encounter with the surgery, having to relearn how to walk. The boy has PTSD. and behavioral changes. He would shriek in a pitch that would break your heart, the child's mother said. The child also struggled with speaking after the incident. Here's a photo of the broken leg, the 2-year-old toddler's broken leg, completely severed. This is the culprit, Alicia Miller, 32 years of age. She got probation, 50 hours community service, and she has to attend some, I don't even know if it's only one, but at least one anger management class for breaking the leg of a 2-year-old that was in her care. The footage of the incident was released Wednesday night by the network, KLAS, despite efforts from the legal team of Creme de la Creme, the daycare center, which filed an emergency motion in court to prevent its release, the release of the video. The motion filed in Las Vegas Justice Court was denied. Okay, again, I'm going to go into some description here. The footage shows a seemingly distressed Alicia Miller, the culprit, violently scooping the child off the floor of the daycare and carrying him across the room, his limp body dangling side to side as she holds him by his armpits. The staffer then slams the child to the floor behind a piece of furniture, obscuring the camera's view of the altercation, where she appears to grapple with the struggling child. The clip at that point shows 7 other toddlers at the daycare reacting to the situation, clearly in distress. Hours later, the boy's father arrived at the establishment, the daycare Creme de la Creme, to pick up the child, finding him distraught and shrieking in pain. He told the news agency KLAS that Alicia Miller, told her of a physical encounter between her and his son, and apologized as he put his son into his car. Here's a quote from the father. She profusely apologized. I'm sorry. She said to the father. And the father continues, I just kind of brushed it off I need to go. I need to take care of him. Shortly after, the father and the mother learned that their son's leg was broken. The family provided an X-ray to the network station covering the topic, KLAS. The parents' attorney said the daycare failed to properly address what unfolded from the start. Here's a quote from the parents' attorney. If the investigation were different and cameras were reviewed, and there were statements taken more seriously and objectively, I think everyone would have realized this was a far more serious situation than they thought it was. So there we go. There's that horrendous situation. Horrendous on so many levels. First of all, of course, the actual incident. A daycare worker, Alicia Miller, at the Creme de la Creme daycare center in Las Vegas, took it upon herself to pick up the 2-year-old boy and slam him down on the ground. Video evidence of that, again, it's within this article. There's a link in the description. I won't be playing it. I won't be watching it. She slams the boy down on the ground with such ferocity that it snaps his leg in two. Obviously, the boy is in immense pain, shrieking with pain. This is in front of 7 other toddlers that were, of course, distressed by witnessing this occurrence. And we've been told that the boy has since required surgery. He has PTSD. He's had to relearn how to walk, and he's had behavioral changes, which I would think are to be expected. Perhaps that's not the best term, but unsurprising given the trauma, the traumatic event, the horrific, violent event that he was put through again at the hands of a 32-year-old woman, Alicia Miller, at the daycare center called Creme de la Creme, Las Vegas. And thankfully, the daycare center and this woman has been sued. I support that. But another absolutely ludicrous aspect of this is that if I understand this correctly, the judge or the magistrate or the court decided only to punish this woman whose job it was to take care of the children within the Creme de la Creme daycare center. She's been sentenced to probation, 50 hours community service, and having to attend at least one anger management class. That's all she gets. That's all she gets. That is so fucking disgusting. I really want to say the R word. A lot of people don't like the R word. That is just like mentally insane. What kind of court, what kind of judge or magistrate, however it works there in the Las Vegas Justice Court, how the fuck do they justify probation, 50 hours of community service, and attending an anger management class? Where's the jail sentence? Why isn't she receiving several years in jail for this event? Why hasn't the daycare center been fined by the local council, or however it works, by one authority or another? Why hasn't the daycare center had a thorough investigation against them with the potential of revoking their license? I mean, maybe that would be an over-exaggeration. Maybe that would be an overstep. Maybe, if they are a properly functioning daycare center outside of this incident. But it seems like they certainly handled this incident appallingly. I would presume. The articles made no mention as to whether or not the culprit, Alicia Miller, is still working at the daycare center. I don't know if she is or isn't. I would hope and pray that she was immediately dismissed, but perhaps that wasn't the case. Anyhow, there's this article here. Again, there's a link in the description. If you do like the video, like, comment, subscribe. And if you're looking for somewhere a little bit more pleasant to hang out in YouTube land, then do check out some of the friends of the channel. I have my political channel, CIS Male, but more importantly, there's a couple of pleasant communities to check out at the end of the day. Bella does regular live streams, nice casual chats, talking about this, talking about that, and kind of whatever. They do pretty similar as well. They've not been doing as regular recently, unfortunately, but they do nice live streams. If you're looking for nice, kind, wholesome communities, do check out those friends of the channel.